Hi, welcome. Thank you for your interest in how to teach the Lord of the Rings. I wanted to take a minute to pull the veil back and share with you about the course and let you see what it's like inside. So this is what it will look like when you access the course from your computer. There are three main sessions to this course. The first one, the course workbook, is just the place where you download your workbook for all three sessions. In session one, it prepares you for how to teach the Lord of the Rings. You can download the slides. Um, the workbook, of course, is there, and then the Lord of the Rings intro guide sheet. The slides are the slides that I'm using to teach through this session, and it gives you a place to take notes right next to each side. It reviews the student's journey, which is the natural way that students learn. In other words, when we're looking at relational and poetic knowledge, this is the journey that each student takes to develop a relationship with an idea, a book, and so on and so forth. So it unpacks what that looks like in the context specifically of teaching literature with Lord of the Rings as the example. I also introduce you to the teacher's journey and the different postures a teacher can take to help the students progress on their budding relationship with this book. And then I introduce you to Tolkien and the Lord of the Rings and some really important ideas like fairy and the perilous realm and ideas and motifs that are critical for grasping the power of this work and what you guys can explore together in your classes. Um, give you some great information about his life and so on and so forth. I also introduce you to the trilogy, not a trilogy, the book as a whole. It's technically one book in six parts, and it's divided into three printed quote books. But really it's one book, six parts. But you have three physical copies, and that's how to think about it. And then also just to think about it through the lens of genre. How do we understand what kind of book this is, and how does that change how we read it? Okay. And um, and then in session two, I actually take you on a tour through all six books. I've included a a guide sheet for, in addition to the slides for the lecture, I've included a guide sheet for each book in The Lord of the Rings. Recommended tools, uh, guides that are helpful for you as a teacher, and then chapter by chapter outline of what is going on and the major sections of the book as it relates to the flow of narrative um, and the motifs happening in that narrative. Okay, and suggestions for how to teach that section. I also include general talking points and common motifs, the more obvious motifs in each section, and then the questions that are pretty pronounced that we're really living as a class, that we live together as a class. And I've taught this middle school and high school. Okay, and so you get that for every single book. And then in the last section, the last session, planning and handouts. So I really get into the nitty-gritty of how to plan this year, different teaching templates, how to order your class time liturgy, a suggested reading plan, how to set up a literature journal, and a ton of Q&A. So there you go. That's the how to teach the Lord of the Rings. I pray that it was is a blessing to you. People who have taken it have said not only did it really equip them to teach the Lord of the Rings, they felt more equipped to teach any work of literature. And I hope that's your experience as well. Thank you for your attention and thank you for your time. I hope to see you on the other side.